Cohen with Talk of the Table, and I'm here on behalf of Angel City Sports with my daughter, Emma Cohen.
Hi.
And we are doing a fun class today about how table grilling is the most wonderful thing for people of all abilities. And you're able to cook and interact and even learning to cook for young children. And it's just a super fun, healthy way to eat. And what I'd like to do first is take you through some prep that I did. We're going to have some tacos, some street tacos today.
And that's my favorite thing.
Yeah, Emma's total favorite thing. She's a whiz on this one. We're going to show you how you can take an ordinary pancake griddle and turn it into so much fun and a really fun learning tool for children. So first, watch how we prepped. Let's prep our ingredients. Have fun with your ingredients. Pepper, spinach, onion, you name it. Whatever you would love in your tacos. Fresh limes are delicious. You can buy prepackaged cut vegetables really inexpensively at the store. These make perfect table grilling vegetables. Use a knife that you're comfortable with. This is how I like to cut bell peppers, and it eliminates all of the seeds going everywhere. You cut around the membrane, and a little bit will end up at the end, and you'll see that I just cut it out very easily. Then you want to slice very uniform slices because they need to lay flat on the grill. A dice does not work as well with table grilling as longer strips, but you can use it. With your onion, you're wanting to peel it, and then we will be slicing the onion in uniform pieces. First in half, and then turn it on its side, and then you're going to cut about 1/4-inch slices so that they can lay flat. They're not too thick, but they're also not too thin so that they burn. And this will be the optimal size for the table grill. With avocados, cut it in half, twist, and remove the pit. I like to peel mine and instead of scooping it out so that the slices end up a little bit more uniform and look prettier for presentation. If you're making a guacamole, by all means use a spoon to get your avocado out. And so here I go, taking off a little bit of the dark spots and slicing them nicely to put in our tacos. A lime, if you cut it in half and then you cut each half into thirds, you want to cut it sideways first. It makes such pretty little slices to be able to squeeze. I like to use cupcake wrappers, and those separate your ingredients, especially those that you don't want the flavors mixing. I use a wax pencil to mark my containers if I'm making them in advance and putting them in the refrigerator. You can even put each guest's name on it. These are the prepped containers that have leftovers. I like to just put them all into the refrigerator and so that we can easily take it out. Here I go again with the wax pencil, marking on there what the contents are. And you can easily wipe this off with a paper towel or even your finger. But it doesn't remove very easily in the dishwasher. But this one I've already put the beef on there, and those are ready for the refrigerator now. It makes very easy cleanup when you are table grilling. Now here is some of the flank steak. I bought pre-marinated flank steak, and it is a carnita type seasoning that they have on it. There I'm showing you the grain. You want to always cut across the grain of your beef so that it is a more tender bite when you've cooked it. And so this part's a little messy. I use little glass containers to put them on the table so they don't contaminate any of the fresh ingredients. And first you want to remove any kind of gristle. And this one you can see it has a little bit of fat, and then You turn it over, there's a piece of gristle. So you run your knife up underneath there. Now, the good thing is, if you want to, you can ask your butcher to cut this for you. So that will eliminate a lot of trouble down the line. I cut out all the pieces that I don't need and discard those, and then I will cut across the grain. So your grain runs one way and you want to cut across it. And I'm cutting this kind of at an angle to get a bigger piece because this was a narrow slice. And these are just nice little bite-sized pieces for the grill. Now this one is a little bit wide, so I'll go ahead and cut it in half with the grain, and then across the grain I will cut the pieces that are more suitable for the table grill. If you buy meat that isn't seasoned, you want to make a seasoning using olive oil and different herbs, and I like to put in some taco seasoning and maybe some dried peppers to spice it up a bit. But chop your herbs very finely, and then you want to put all of the ingredients over your meat and let it set in the refrigerator. Some lime juice is especially delicious, and it helps tenderize the meat. Experiment with different types of tortillas. These are flour and then white corn. There's also yellow corn. You can get them fresh made. You can even make them yourself. Okay, here we are. We're going to get started. We have all of that food prep that you saw, and it's really fun to be able to buy pre-prepped foods. Also, there's so many different things available in the market today.
Yeah, there's like meal kits and stuff you can buy, and then on top of that, they have chopped up veggies in almost every grocery store. And I mean, this you can get them for $5. They're not expensive. Yeah. And if you have any hand mobility issues,
that's right,
they're already prepped for you.
That's right. And so you can't maneuver with a knife, or you have small children that you can only cut maybe certain things with them, then it's always a really nice thing. And you know, a lot of times they're cheaper than you can buy the produce by the pound.
Yeah.
So this is almost entirely pre-prepped. I put it together in these little containers. This happens to be my favorite way to serve at the table. Any kind of container. You know, this one happens to be a meal prep container. The only thing I cut in here, I did cut our limes and I cut our avocado, but the rest of it was all pre-sliced at the grocery store, and I bought an enormous package of it for $5. And sometimes they come mixed and you can pick out different things. There's just so much you can do with that. So Emma, you can tell us about the ingredients we're going to use.
Okay, we're going to be using some red onion and some bell pepper and some like different various colors of bell pepper. I like them on the grill, grilled, when they're like fajita style, and they're really, really good in the tacos. And we have some cheese down here. What kind is it?
Oh yeah, I got you a jalapeno habanero cheese. I know, I'm gonna die today with this.
I love spicy things, but if you don't like spicy things, you can choose whatever cheese you want. You can get cheddar, you can do anything. But the cool thing about the grill is that it allows you to melt the cheese onto your tortillas, or not even use tortillas, because the cheese gets all crispy and everything, and sometimes you can do it enough that the cheese becomes your tortilla.
Yeah,
so
if you are keto, low carb, and you don't use, so Emma has her container just for her.
Just for me.
And I have my own too. So however you want to do it, you can have different containers and pass them around if you have a bigger table. We're just here in our kitchen on a small breakfast table.
Yeah.
So I do have a little side cart here, but otherwise everything you need is in here, except you'll notice there's no meat in this. Now we are not doing Meatless Monday. What we are doing is, I have the carne asada in another container because it is raw. Now, if it was pre-cooked, and you can do that if you're working, maybe you're cooking with small children that you don't want to worry about maybe food not getting cooked enough, that you can go ahead and put any raw meat in a separate container with a separate utensil that isn't like your fork. which is always good, so that you don't accidentally use that for your food. But with small children, definitely use the pre-cooked.
We also have some salsa, and this is some crema season or dressing that we got, I believe from Costco. So if you guys have anything that you find and you really love, this is always something that you can incorporate it into.
So with the grills, we use a smaller type spatula. You can look up things that are like raclette spatulas that you can find online. These happen to be some that I'm sure I can provide some links. I am not an affiliate, and so I can just show you what store to go to find these. And then also what comes in super handy are some little tongs.
Especially if you have little kids and they don't necessarily have that mobility to be able to like flip something off of the grill and onto their plate. The tongs really help with that.
They do.
And adding stuff onto the grill without touching your fingers.
And you don't want to probably use it on your raw meat because it's going to be on your veggies too. So, just kind of something to think of. Most of the time we use a pre-cooked meat. Sometimes we get a deli chicken and we shred it up and we use that, or even I've cooked all the meat ahead of time, put it in different containers, and then put it on the table so that you can reheat it and sear it up on the grill. And
I like doing that with shrimp.
Especially the cooked shrimp. Those are really good. Spice them up and add a little lime. So we're using different things. There's a taco spice. These are the beef is already pre-marinated.
It's a carne asada.
Carne asada I bought at the grocery store in the meat department that was already cooked. You can ask them. I'm sorry, spiced. Spiced, yes.
Okay, you have
yes. But you can also ask them at the meat department to slice it for you, and they will do that. So there's another thing that would help anyone with dexterity issues. If you buy chicken or beef or pork, just ask them at the counter if they could slice it in about 1/4-inch slices, and that's perfect for the table grill. So we call the normal grill, when we put it on the table and we use it, we call it
the table grill.
The table grill. So this is just a fun way. And we've heated it up. This one, I heated it up to about 350. I'm gonna back it off a little bit to about 325. This one happens to be a Presto grill, and it has a little hole here where any excess fat, and then any of the bits that maybe are left over, you'll see, we'll scrape the grill and put them down there. And this is something, definitely small children, people that have probably some dexterity issues that maybe they are not able to safely do this. You want to just make sure that you monitor whatever they're doing and help them maneuver. But otherwise, I mean, what fun is that? A little bit of olive oil or whatever oil is your favorite. Coconut oil we use a lot. And just a tiny bit, because this nonstick surface, this one happens to be a ceramic surface.
Ooh, I've never had a ceramic grill before.
No, this is our first try on this one.
So I like to spread around the oil a little bit so I have some more space where I can cook.
I also have some little tortillas. They make these mini street taco size. So
that's great.
That's always wonderful too.
So I'm going to put my veggies on the grill first. And if you guys have separate containers, or one big container for the whole table, which is possible, you can make sure that you use your tongs so nobody's fingers are in it. But since it's mine, it doesn't really matter.
We're just going
You're not touching my stuff.
And then what I like to do is, once you put the veggies on, is to season them up a little bit. And what you can do, you can cook your whole plate.
Too.
Oh yeah, I put some mushrooms in there too.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what you can do is you can add a little spice to it when it's on the grill. You want to just make sure you're not putting too much that's going to burn on top. Oh, I forgot. This is that one that I couldn't get the lid off of it. So I could only open one side, the one with the pour holes. I need to poke holes in it because I couldn't get the lid off. Oh, that's a lot of spice, but I'm going to put more veggies on there anyway. You can do your entire plate full at one time and then turn off the grill, or you can do it like we like to do it, or you do maybe one taco at a time, and as you're eating a taco, then you can go ahead and start making your second.
I'm gonna add more oil to my salad.
Sure. And yeah.
And depending on your grill, sometimes they have a temperature setting on the side, or sometimes there are numbers. It just depends on what brand you buy. Luckily, Presto does have the temperature setting, so if you're familiar with those, all you have to do is just use those. But usually, if we were to be on a one that has like a 1 to 5 scale, we'd probably be at like a 3, 3.5 right now.
Yeah, medium, high. You can go hotter, but obviously it's going to cook faster, and you have to be careful that you're not causing smoke because you're doing it inside your house. And see how you can kind of scrape off any, like the seasoning, but I got a little bit carried away there. I can kind of push it back onto the veggies.
Ooh, I like this ceramic surface. It's not sticking at all.
No,
and it seems to be like, yeah,
glidey, very glidey surface. I'm cooking up my vegetables a little bit ahead of the meat because it takes a little bit longer, especially when you have thicker pieces. I did not slice these. I bought them all pre-sliced. So the onions are probably a little thicker than maybe I would have sliced them, and you can go back in and slice them a little smaller, but it's not too bad. But anything that's kind of tricky, you can, there you go. I could go maybe 350 on that. Now that we're on there cooking, it seems like we could go up just a bit.
So while those are cooking, I'm going to put my carne asada on. I always like to put my vegetables on before my meat because the vegetables need a little bit longer time to cook, depending on which ones they are. But if you're trying to get like a caramelization of the onion or something, you need to go a little bit longer.
Can you tell that I'm raising a foodie?
I've been doing this since I was what? How old?
Oh goodness, about 6, I think. Yeah,
Wow.
I think that's when I started doing it. We lived in Germany, and so we had. Emma was born there. She was 4 when we came stateside, but I had learned how to do raclette. And raclette is done in a hot stone, and they do little fine pieces of meat, and they have these little jars for cheese, and it's very decadent and delicious. But I wanted to recreate that kind of meal with the children being able to cook at the table with me, and I thought, wow, why couldn't I just use our pancake griddle? And yeah, the rest is history.
And you know what? We used to even take the table grill on vacations. Going places, because sometimes the hotel rooms or something wouldn't have a stovetop that was low enough that you could get up to because you didn't have your lift chair with you.
Right.
So the table grill came really handy because we were able to, cook on picnics and stuff and have like an actual meal.
As long as you had to plug in somewhere, you can definitely do it. And that's a nice thing, and I'm glad to that point that you're saying, is for people like myself that are in wheelchairs, you don't have to worry about your counter height. And whether or not you have a kitchen that is accessible for you. And it's really nice to be able to get children involved in the cooking process, no matter what their abilities are. And this is just a way that you can so easily do that and
Yeah, this is how I learned how to cook.
eat healthy at the same time.
I know.
That's, I think, like the biggest bonus of it. And Emma's she's always ahead of me on it.
I know.
Somehow, I'm not sure how we end up doing that, but
I think I'm a little bit more focused on it.
yeah, I kind of get a little distracted. But you can do anything, not just tacos or fajitas.
Yeah.
We do
Feta burgers.
Oh my
Those
goodness,
are
so
amazing.
good.
And if you're even keto or vegetarian, there's so many different options for you to do.
If you want to do something so simple as grilled cheese,
Grilled cheese.
Such a fun thing to
We've
do
done
on here.
gourmet grilled cheese before, and you have little bits and like a baguette and stuff on the side, and you were able to like add your garlic butter and all that stuff on the
We
side.
like to be a little extra with
I
it,
know,
but if your kids, they're just plain old white bread American cheese. How fun is it for them to learn how to do this? Plus, if they help make their little boxes, they're going to probably eat things that you never thought that they would eat.
Yeah.
I always found that with my son, both of my sons actually.
Stubborn eater.
If they're kind of picky eaters, but they would eat more things that they helped prepare. And so that was always kind of a fun thing. And even if Emma has often friends over and everybody sits around the grill. Now, one's this size, you can get up to 6 people around it. And you're only doing small portions at a time.
Okay, actually, I'm not going to put that in yet. I'm going to put my cheese down on the grill first.
Oh, you're going to do the cheese.
And I'm going to show you the Emma trick. I've coined this. Okay, I'm going to take my cheese and put it on the grill in like a circle. Say a little bit smaller than my tortilla. So once that starts melting and it forms a crust around the side, I'm going to put this on top and I'm going to flip it over. And when I do that, I get a crusty bottom on the tortilla, and I get crunchy cheese, and it's really good and just yummy. And if you just keep this on here for a really long time, and then turn it over, you'll have a tortilla that is completely out of cheese if you're doing keto. So it's great for different dietary restrictions.
Or if you want to use some big lettuce leaves instead of tortillas, you can do that.
Paleo things?
Yeah, for paleo, keto. I mean, there is also, or just because you don't want to have any kind of tortilla or bread.
Okay.
They don't, these flour, these are corn, I'm sorry, these are white corn. They don't have any gluten, but you can use flour tortillas. You can use the bigger ones. If you want just to make one big burrito, fajita burrito or something like that, you can absolutely do that too.
I love grabbing my things off the grill with the tongs.
Yeah,
I
and
think
it's for moving things around a lot, for sure.
So I'm going to let that cook a little bit longer. I think, well, actually it might be time to flip. Oh yeah. There we go.
Yeah, that looks gorgeous. Look how
It's
pretty.
so nice. And it's actually still melty,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of going for that for the
That looks really good.
Yeah, it does look really good.
Yeah.
I'm excited to try this cheese. Is it habanero?
Yeah, it said jalapeno, habanero, something. Now, again, on the cheese, if you would rather grate your own or whatever kind of cheese you prefer, then go for it. These, you know, this is just one fun recipe that maybe will spark your imagination and kind of get you creative and thinking about what kind of things you can do on the grill.
Yeah.
They're not just for pancakes. That's
They are
for
definitely
sure.
for pancakes. Not just. I don't think I remember the last time we used a grill for pancakes.
Well, we prefer it like this. Now, I am not going to do the crust like Emma. I'm just going to put some of my cheese on. In fact, I probably shouldn't put as much as that because it's probably hotter than what I really like.
Oh, goodness, yeah.
And then I'm going to put my really hot, sizzling
Oh, no.
ingredient. Oh,
I lost her.
Whoops.
Okay, there we go.
That would have been hilarious. That would have been a good outtake.
Oh, I know.
That one. So I got it all up in there. Now Emma's going to scrape off all the little bits and pieces.
Yes.
And the oil you can save for your next one. Now this.
I think I made enough fajita and carnitas for
do a double
2
duty
of them.
here. I'm gonna.
Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah, I kind of have enough here for really 2.
Left that.
This is kind of a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I'm just gonna make another tortilla quickly.
Yeah.
With
Now,
that
if you
cheese.
wanted, yeah, I was gonna say if you wanted to, you can just put veggies on there, and with your little bit of spice. And you know what? I'm not gonna even add any more oil. It looks to me to have enough. I'm gonna keep it nice and healthy, and I'm going to just have
Look at that.
veggies
That is
on
so
there.
nice.
And these, sometimes if they're really big like this, now the rings, you can
I'm gonna put some avocado.
make them a little smaller.
My whole box is falling apart. No, it's fine. Put some
I did,
avocado.
you know what I used were some cupcake liners to keep the cheese kind of corralled, and then the avocado in their own little spaces.
I put avocado and some salsa.
That looks really good.
And a little bit of the carnitas and the fajitas. So I'm excited to try this.
Okay. Now we get to see how well we can. Oh, I'm not going to use any meat right now. I'm just going to use the salsa. Super good.
Did you see that cheese pull?
I didn't see it. I
that
missed
was
it. You're
so
going to do
yummy.
another one.
Oh my gosh. Oh goodness.
Let's see. Did it go? Oh, yeah. I saw a little bit. That looks so delicious. Oh, and don't forget to go squeeze a lime on there.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
You're
you
right.
got to give a nice little squeeze of
that.
lime at the end. That's always my favorite.
Okay, before I take another bite, I'm going to handle this on the grill. So I'm going to take that.
I'm going to put a little fresh cilantro in there. And all of these ingredients, you know, you can get them at the grocery store, the farmer's market.
Put that over. That one got extra golden this time.
Oh yeah, that one's pretty.
Okay.
Very nice. Oh, I did put a little bit more cheese on there. I meant to put more avocado.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Big difference. The cheese isn't actually that spicy.
It isn't?
It's yummy.
Okay. Emma likes it spicy and I don't. So, okay.
Very, very good. I like these carnitas. Goodness.
Oh yeah. You guys, it's like you've gone to the restaurant, a really good restaurant, and gotten some delicious fajitas. And you can do them with your family. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
See, now I have my second one ready immediately after.
Yeah,
Isn't
you've
that
got
great?
it all ready. That's awesome.
Like
Yeah, you
streamlined
did have all
process.
of your meat done. I just went ahead and put all mine in one.
Oh my goodness.
Because it,
Okay, so I'm going to add some more avocado onto this one because I really love it.
the avocado's good. Oh, you can make some guacamole like you would. And you could also have, instead of the crema, you could have sour cream. You know, whatever it is that you would like to have on your fajitas or street tacos, whatever kind of things. You can add corn.
Oh, that looks so good. I'm going to put it under the camera. So I put some avocado on mine, and it is so good. I put some salsa as well, and I'm ready.
You can make a guacamole, and just like you would, normal fajitas, have the guacamole, have the sour cream, whatever it is that you enjoy. And then, yeah, this is so good. You can add corn, black beans, pinto beans. I mean, it's just endless of what you could add to this. So you're just going to enjoy, like we do, making it yours and making it your family's favorite. So I'm just super glad to be able to share all of this with you today. And I hope that if you have any questions, we're doing a Q&A afterwards. And we're super excited to have you here. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
And joining us right now is the amazing Christy, and I see your daughter there too. I was hoping both of you guys were going to be with us. How are you both doing?
Hi, good to see you.
Good to see you both too. You guys put a hurting on us with that workshop. I mean, Christine and I were like, we're so hungry right now. So you and Emma doing your thing, it was really amazing.
It's so fun.
It is. Yeah. Honestly, I've been doing it since I was little, and it's easy, and the whole family gets together. So it's really
usually fun. When it's not pandemic, we have tons of people doing it with us. We've had up to 20 at one time.
Wow. So is that an invitation so me and Christine can come hang out and do it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's get past this virus and parties on.
Absolutely. And one of the things that I really appreciate about your presentation and your workshop was me being a quad myself, not having any figure movements, just the practical suggestions of meal prep. And that really means a lot. And when did you discover that would be kind of like a really viable solution for us out there when it comes to cooking and preparing things?
Well, obviously, I mean, just me being in the wheelchair, that was something for height. When we travel, we would bring it along so that I could cook at, the right level and not cooking at a dangerous level where it's in your face. At home, my chair lifts up. So I'm not just have to, I don't know, I'm trying to say, I don't have to stay at a lower level. And so when we go places, though, that's the problem. And then we realized, well, wait a minute, when you're sitting at the table, you're able to help someone who maybe has the mobility issues. And it just seemed like such a natural thing. I was recently on Clubhouse, and there is a blind man who lives in the UK, and he was so amazing. And he said, do you realize how this would change everything for me if I was able to use this kind of cooking? And, then he's always using a hot plate that, has a edge around it. He can feel exactly where he is, and there's no danger of him hurting himself.
That is so true. And I'm glad you said that, because I remember it's been 28 years for me since I've been in a wheelchair, probably longer than Emma's been alive. But I remember cooking, and I burned myself like really, really bad. So food safety is so important, and I'm so glad you definitely talked about that in everything. And here's a couple of questions that we got from our ones in the chat right now. Ones are saying, where can I buy grills like that?
You can get them everywhere. These are literally pancake griddles, and we call them table grills because we're grilling at the table. But you can find them at most retailers, definitely through Amazon. Look for pancake griddle, electric pancake griddle. And they all come, there's different ones, but I like the kind that are immersible. So these have a little probe that go into it that plug in, and that allows you to immerse it to wash it, and it's a lot easier.
They also have some that have borders on the sides all the way around that can protect your hands from, like burning them on one side. Brands. This one doesn't necessarily have a border on the side. It's usually meant for like it to be pushed up against.
Yeah, this one has three sides that are protected, but you can always put that, the one hot edge, you can put it away from, the people that are grilling, or if they're children, just kind of manipulate it either way. And they make different sizes. Now, the one we have right here is pretty big. And
somebody just asked to see that too close up, so I'm glad you did that.
Great.
Here we go.
That's great. So you see that one edge that's toward you, that one does not have the
guard on it.
The guard on it.
They also have these little holes right here, and the hole has a little drawer underneath it.
Wow.
And that collects all of the oil.
So here's the little drawer. This one just comes out, and then any of your drippings and when you're cooking, you want to scrape it so you don't get those
oils,
the smoke, right? So you just want to keep your smoke down by doing that, and it makes it really nice because they, any kind of excess oil or whatever, it doesn't come over the edge, and it doesn't cause grease to go all over the place,
and it won't like spatter all
right. And a lot of times we'll put paper down on the table, and that is really a great way to keep the splatters and things that you get from normal cooking under control.
Awesome. And Christy, you have just that magnetic smile. I just want to tell you that your smile is making us smile over here. So I just want to say that. And Christy, we got a question come into, and it's about your injury, if you don't mind talking about it. Ones want to know, how long have you been a wheelchair user?
Oh yeah. Okay. So I'm missing both my legs below knee. I had scleroderma, and I started having trouble when I was about 15. Finally diagnosed at 20. I lost my first leg at 32. And then, let's see, I was however old I was in 2005. Yeah. Almost 10 years later, then I lost my other leg. And I was walking with prosthetics, but then I got
frostbite.
I got frostbite. We lived in Germany. So I had a lot of problem with my circulation, and it just became too much pain to walk. And so I used the wheelchair full time, but
you're starting to walk again. I'm excited for you.
Yeah, I'm getting fitted for my first legs in over 15 years.
Congratulations, Christy. It's
so crazy, awesome. Right?
She's going to be taller than me. I don't know how.
No, I think we're about the same. But I used to be 5'7", so
yeah, we'll be even.
Wow, that is super cool. We're so happy for you, Christy.
Thank you.
And when we look at cooking, I know, like with me, when I went to OT, they showed me how to use like a cutting board that I can place where it didn't move. So that kind of made me feel like real good that I can cook and do these certain things. Did you feel that way too? Just dealing with changing circumstances, how cooking was like therapeutic for you, or somewhere where you can?
Yeah, because cooking's always been such a huge thing for me. One of the biggest things was after I had my leg amputated, it was actually better because I could stand and cook with my prosthetic leg. But then later, when I got into the wheelchair, we lived in Germany, as I said, and this wheelchair, unfortunately, you can't get stateside, but there's different things like it. It can go all the way up to almost eye level.
Yeah, she can.
So I can access my kitchen. And when we bought a house, I didn't have to have a modified kitchen. So for me, that was a huge thing. I do enjoy being able to table grill because you're not, how you have to lean over to get to the counter because there's a space, between your legs, your lap, basically, and the counter. And so you get at that leaning. But so at the table, I enjoy just sitting upright and everything is right there.
Awesome. See, I'm showing mine off too, because mine can go up too. So you make me show off my chair too. See, I'm going higher and higher and higher. So this is cool. And that's
you want to see it? I can go up.
Yeah, let's check it out.
All right.
She goes really high up.
Unfortunately,
maybe.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt it.
Yeah, don't hurt anything.
So I can go all the way.
All
the way up.
Wow.
Like yeah. So she's like almost at my.
Yeah. Not too far.
My goodness.
It's nice. It's a hydraulic. I don't know if you can see this.
Oh yeah, I do.
There you go. It's a hydraulic. Oh. It's a German company called Proactive. So if you want to go over to Germany and buy one, you can definitely.
They're worth it.
It's worth it.
You've had it for I've been alive.
No, actually, Emma was just a baby when I got it, and she's 18 now. So this thing is built for life. This thing is indestructible.
But the company, they actually tool racing car parts. So everything is like over engineered, on it. But they make an electric one and a manual. This one's just a manual hydraulic.
That is so cool. That is so cool. I'm always intrigued how everyone else's wheelchairs are. So thank you so much for sharing that. I'm getting yelled at from the chat room because they want to know about salsa recommendations. So what kind of salsa recommendations?
Oh, well, my salsa. I mean,
yeah. She makes an amazing salsa that she's been making since before I was born.
For
my oldest
30 years I've been making a salsa. I can, if you have somewhere to post, I can definitely post. I am grabbing one that I like a lot out of the fridge.
I love it.
We have
it's so funny.
2 favorites right now.
All right, this is one of our favorites right now.
This is
from
the
Costco.
Organic restaurant style salsa from Costco.
That is
you can buy it in the fridge section. It comes in a big container like this, and usually lasts us quite a while. But I don't know if we douse
salsa eaters. We're definitely salsa eaters.
Very good. It's kind of salty. So if you're pairing this with something,
if you're in a salt restricted diet, don't get this one.
But they do also have in jars the same, or not the same, but it's another type of salsa. Yeah. And we found that Costco salsas, they're always really, really yummy. Yeah. And you can get a lot of them.
But if there's a way for me to post the recipe that I have, gosh, you know what? I think I've never given away this recipe, but I'm going to do it for you guys.
Awesome. You are so cool. And when I try it out, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna tag you on IG and all social media and say, this is Christy's special right here.
Yeah, but you can't post this. You can't post it.
Put the restaurant.
I won't. I promise. I won't. I promise. I'll just put the finished product.
I'm writing a book, and this is going to be part of my book. So
you're gonna divulge.
I am going to put it in my book.
Awesome.
Honestly, I don't think my older brother got that recipe from you.
No,
so.
Nobody's got it.
and you know what, Christy? Not to put any pressure on you, but if you want, you can always post it in our discussion board that we have here on the platform for the virtual experience. So, but whenever you want to do it, that would definitely be cool. And everybody wants that book. So when is that book going to be out?
Well, I am just working on it. So I'm working on doing 1,000 words a day. So I'm hoping it within the next 3 months, I'll have it ready for editing. And so it's, it's
by next year, it'll be out.
Yeah, it'll be out next year. It's definitely a labor of love, and it's taking my love of art and cooking and, a lot of struggles that I've overcome in my life and threading everything together. Actually bound with my love of cooking. And so there'll be recipes through different parts of my life and lots of fun things.
I love it. And someone was asking about that grill. Is it hard to clean the grill?
Not at all. Not at all. It's immersible. So, and they're very lightweight, and you can take this and put it completely underwater and just some soap and water.
A basin of water, you're saying, and then just scrub it down with, you can use soap.
And this little thing you can put in the dishwasher, the little oil tray, but the rest of it, just a good hand wash.
Just make sure it's cool to touch before you wash it.
Good point. And completely dry before you plug it back in again.
Yes, very, very important. And another one, ones were asking, any other recipes that you recommend on the table grill?
Gosh, you guys are going to make me give away everything before my book.
I have actually quite a bit on our Instagram page right now, but one of my favorites is your chicken crepes with a cheese sauce.
Yeah.
And it's a very fancy recipe if you're doing fine dining and you want to have a date, maybe.
Yeah.
That one's really, really yummy, and it's made out of a beer batter crepe with chicken on the grill, and then you stuff the crepe with the chicken, and you pour this. It's Gruyere.
It's a cheese sauce that you make.
Very fattening,
crazy,
amazing.
Yeah, it's definitely. But what we did recently was the
feta pasta.
The feta pasta on the grill.
Heard about that? It went viral, because it's such a yummy recipe.
Yeah.
And if you're wanting to do that, we also have a video posted up for that one.
That one I'll write the recipe for. It was, we do have a video up on IG, right?
I think it's on Instagram
and TikTok.
But what you can do is
it's on TikTok. That's right. It's a TikTok. We did a
basically
TikTok.
you just have to cook your pasta beforehand, and that's it. And then all of the other ingredients can be raw at the table. And then once you cook your tomatoes, you cook your feta with the olive oil, then you add in your pasta and you stir in some basil, and you can season it and make sure to add some salt. And it is so delicious. And it's just as if it was right out the oven, and a lot easier and
with fun,
time,
at the table, everybody's doing it. And we just kind of did it together rather than separate. We did it one big mound of this yummy cheesy pasta. It was so delicious.
It was so yummy.
Yeah,
so yummy.
I am the table grilling lady on TikTok. So we're just now starting to learn how to, or I am. Emma, she's great at it, but I'm still learning how to do it.
You got this.
I'm gonna check that out. I mean, this is like just mind blowing what you guys are able to do. And coming from Germany, I'm gonna ask you this: can you do a schnitzel on there?
Schnitzel, absolute.
I don't think we've done it before, but we can totally try.
Oh, haben wir.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, we've done schnitzel. We've done spätzle. And spätzle is the noodle, and you can hear my little dog out here barking at us. So she wants in. The spätzle is a noodle that you boil, but then you take it and you saute it in a butter or with bacon fat and all that. We've made that with Gruyere grated over the top of it.
Very, very good. Again, very, very fattening.
Yeah. Oh, and some
you don't
mushrooms.
want very much.
Yeah, they were loaded. They were the loaded ones.
Wow.
Yeah, so we've done some German stuff. We like making what's called Zwiebelkuchen. Zwiebelkuchen is an onion tart, but they're nice to be able just to warm up. If you make them in smaller ones, you can warm them up on the grill as you're cooking other things. And there's lots of things you can modify. Obviously, you can do bratwurst and sauerkraut and
we could do
Bratkartoffel. Bratkartoffel. Those are Bratkartoffel. The literal translation would be a browned potato.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are the fried potatoes that you get in the pan, and you can do those on the table grill too.
We should try some of those for Oktoberfest and bust them out.
As you can tell, I got a thing for food. I don't have a thing for food. I got a thing for food. So
we got a thing too.
And hearing you guys talking about it, it's amazing. And coming from Germany, the ingredients are a lot fresher and a lot more nutrient based. Is it hard to find? What do you recommend that we can shop? I know you talked about Costco. Costco has some great organic things there. Well, what are some other stores we should shop at? Because we know quality of ingredients is very important to us too when we're dealing with any kind of.
Absolutely. If you can get to a farmer's market, I mean, that's going to be your best bet. Obviously, you can get just
Sunday morning farmers markets. They're
yes, definitely. And then Sprouts, and just getting what's
Trader Joe's as well.
Trader Joe's too. And just getting what's in season is going to be the freshest, right? Because it doesn't have to be shipped in from somewhere else. And we're lucky, we live in kind of the mecca of all sorts of wonderful fresh vegetables and things around here. So
make sure you always check your ingredient list. There are a lot of hidden preservatives, salts, things like that you wouldn't necessarily notice at first. And even your name brands.
We always shop the perimeter of the store. We never, just a very few processed items that we use. And, the salsa, okay. This one I'll make an exception for. This one actually, it has a very small list, and it only has citric acid as a preservative. So this is a good one.
Yeah, if you just avoid a lot of the processed foods, we've noticed a big change in our overall health.
Oh yeah.
When I was younger, we were actually paleo for a very long time. So we were very used to a modified diet. We went keto for a while. We did a bunch of different things.
But we all we just stay whole food based.
Yeah.
And so that's our biggest mantra, is just making sure the minimum ingredients in it, and eating lots of fresh, getting nutrient dense foods. Mm-hmm. And whether they're root vegetables or just fresh, even to fresh herbs and things. Just making sure that you're getting all those wonderful nutrients.
And that's one thing that I've been noticing. I've been doing a lot of research on foods and just the hidden ingredients, all of the ones that cause inflammation and everything. And if you make most of your food at home, it's better. I know I was going to do like a cheat meal and do like go to this one pizzeria and get like some chicken wings, right? But I was looking online and saw soybean oil. I saw all these different things. I'm like, okay.
They'll get you. They'll get you.
Yeah. My daughter, when she was younger, we had a lot of stress. I had cancer. There was a lot of stuff going on like that, and she had her thyroid
shut down on me. So I gained, I think, I was 8 years old, and I was pre-diabetic.
Yeah,
and so
her blood work came back. Everything was a mess. She gained weight just boom within a year.
It was, I don't know. I was like months. I was double the size of that I used to be.
Yeah,
and I was always a very petite little child, so it just made a huge difference. And I decided to go paleo. Actually, you decided to go paleo.
I started researching what was going to be the best thing to do for her,
and it jump started my metabolism. And what I was able to do was lose that weight, stay healthy, and I learned a lot about food in that time, and that healthy food does not have to be bland. It does not have to be like the alternative that you don't necessarily want to get. You go to a store, right? Like, you go to a restaurant and you get the option of a salad or fries. And oftentimes we choose the fries because it's a comfort food.
Because they're fries.
Yeah. But also I realized that there are so many things about food, and it's really just the spices, how you cook it. Brussels sprouts are one of my favorite foods. And the way I love it is tossed with some bacon fat and some bacon.
And not all fats are bad, right?
Yeah.
Not all fats are bad. And I noticed, when you add in those fats that make you feel better, rather than like taking them away just because, they're labeled as a bad fat. But coconut oil.
Yeah.
Using coconut oil instead of butter made a huge difference. And so just the small things in the way you cook. Honestly, a stuffed sweet potato, I don't know if anyone has had those before, but if you cook a sweet potato in the microwave, it's an easy meal. You stuff some, chicken inside of it.
Oh, and that's a wonderful one. You guys, this is a wonderful one for the grill. Go ahead and cook up a sweet potato or a regular potato in the microwave, split it open. On the grill, you can put onions, peppers, mushrooms.
Fajitas. Basically
fajita
style.
Right. And then you stuff it full, put whatever cheese it is that you like, or no cheese, depending on your diet. And they're delicious. They're really, really delicious. Wow. And I find that kids will eat things that they don't normally eat if they can be part of the process.
Yeah.
Part of buying it. Maybe it's a farmer's market. Maybe they're just helping you in the grocery store. They're bringing it home. They're helping you clean it and prepare it. And then they're cooking it at the grill. It's just a wonderful recipe.
And spices they make a huge difference. Also, look in your spice containers. If you buy spice mix, make sure it doesn't have preservatives in it. They usually get you with MSG.
Natural flavors.
There's
a lot of ways to hide that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that. Yeah.
We actually just got one again at Costco. It's called Kinder's. And they have a bunch of different spice mixes. They also have the Weber Cajun seasoning, which is one of my favorites. I add it to everything. Eggs, my hash browns, things like that. Just regular things that you usually get the little salt and pepper on. If you add a little spice to it, it'll make one thing so good.
She's a spice queen.
Yeah.
She loves it hot and spicy.
Hot and spicy, everything. So just finding the foods that make you comforted, that are healthy, and those better alternatives. And then eventually you basically train yourself to gravitate towards those rather than, the fries or the burger. So
I love it. Kick it up a notch. Ladies, it's been incredible talking to you. Please give out that IG one more time, please, and your TikTok, if you don't mind.
It's Talk at the Table Company on Instagram.
On Instagram.
And Table Grilling Lady on TikTok.
I love it.
And then on Facebook, we are Talk at the Table Company also.
Yeah.
So we look
you
forward
look up
to
Table Grilling or Talk at the Table, you'll usually find us.
Right. And then we also have YouTube channel. We've got a lot of videos on there. So we're always adding to it. I'm really happy to be here with everyone today.
Awesome. Christy and Emma, you guys are amazing. We could talk for hours, but
Yes,
unfortunately, I gotta
got another
scram.
one.
But you guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much, and look forward to seeing you guys in person one of these days. Okay.
I hope so. At the table, girl.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. The invitation's there. You got it.
All right. Sounds good. This is the Abilities Virtual Part 3. I am Paul Amadeus Lane. So happy to be with you. We're going to take a pause for the calls right here. When we get back, we are going to have a drum workout. So after Emma and Christy got us all hungry, now we're going to do some working out. So we'll be right back here with more show. Go check out our exhibitors, interact with them, find out some great things, and just have fun.
Thank you, guys.